Hello there everyone, and welcome back to this hot seat. Let's go ahead and see what has happened since last time. Storm King Durrandon, of course, but in us being the beginning the attack, we prevented such losses as that, and thereby threw away our caster's belly in a sense. But in another sense, they were plotting, and I will not stand for such treachery against me. I will apply to retain trade with your people and wish you... yes. Let's see. Not really useful information from him, really. But, he goes back a bit on his attacks. De-escalate a bit, both of us, which is good because I'm obviously at war, so I cannot rid the whale of the heretics just yet. Let's take a look at this. Military, I'm leading, but that's because I haven't really fought as hard as any of the others yet. Financially, weldings are still. House Lannister is going up production, and overall House Lannister is now number 1, so House Lannister is reaping a lot through this. Population, I am currently number 1. So I want to see, they did not go ahead and siege, say, Hasty Hall. Instead, they advance at full speed towards the capital, I imagine. And we cannot really stand for that at all. You know what? Let's see if I can gather some more money and I can hire a mercenary army. I can corner off that bridge and slow them down while the former king's army, the old king that died, while his army is moved on ships towards the capital then to intercept. There were 2 armies, possibly one is hiding here ready to ambush. So I'm not entirely sure what that is, but you know what, we're gonna need some quick riders, so I'm gonna move the knights over there and hopefully we'll get them quickly towards the capital, and then I'm gonna turn this army directly towards Tumbleton, and then they've gathered up all their forces here, and I imagine they mass on Grassfield Keep. Given the range of my men, we can imagine that an army without catapults could reach and strike me. Let's see if we can find which of these places have catapults. Let's go in between here. Can I spy on this guy? The chance of success is very low, and usually... okay, this one has catapult. This one has not. This one we don't know. So this one has catapult. It'd probably take him 2 turns to get there. Or here. So we're probably looking at a slow advance from them. They could still go ahead and siege, but he's not going to be able to get his catapult. Oh yes, wait a minute, he can. I can get my catapult over there. So I could siege this little place. But then I would be faced with these 2 full stacks, and since I wouldn't play the battle, I would be destroyed. There's a lot of archers here. We could send like some kind of diversionary army just to inflict as much damage as possible here without really losing a lot of integrity of my army. Like the longbows and the catapult. mainly to try to destroy his catapults. Could be done, but it's a risky move. Instead, what I'm going to do is it's gonna move away from Appleton. We're gonna situate our army in safety back here. We have some extra troops here. We can move to Grassfield Keep. We've got quite a lot of troops here. Which I can actually move out and move them towards the capital. These guys need to make their way to the capital. These guys need to make their way to the capital. And then we need some of these troops just to castle hop their way. The reason why I don't want to put them out in the open is of course for the fact that there is a chance that they'll rebel on the way, and then I'll have a rebel force on my hand. These guys will move directly towards there. So this area is under control. The Lannisters are moving. Now we need to take a look at what's going on in this area. So this place has rebelled. All of this is part of the old gods, so it's going to be hard to hold down a lot of these places. See if I can drag the see if what we can. We need to know the intentions of the Lannisters. Once they've secured this, they could team up with Gardner to try to reclaim the territories they have lost. That's a Martell assassin. To try to reclaim what they have lost. Wait, didn't I have a diplomat here? I'm sure I have had one diplomat over here. I have one over here. One down here. Wait, how many did I have? I had 3, right? 3. 1 for each. Okay, so they've gone ahead and the Lannisters have killed or assassinated. Gonna switch map information with these guys to make sure that we know what's going on with the war. The war effort. I think there's a castle out there that we need to check, but hopefully we'll get the maps, and for next time we'll be up to speed what the Martells have managed to secure, and the Martells will be aware of what we have done up in this region. I think it's quite safe to say that the Lannisters might, you know what? Still, I'm not entirely sure they will strike against me because, well, they don't have a lot of troops in this region. A lot of their troops are broken down, which I hear, and I'm not entirely sure if they're sending reinforcements. But then they have their troops up here, and this is just a full stack, which I probably could go ahead and fight. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take this place. And we're gonna put you in charge of that. And you're gonna take all of these men. Gonna move you there. We're gonna lay siege to it. We're gonna move the catapult. And then I'm going to move the rest of my force. Let's see. None of these are able to garrison the town. We need to know how many we need inside to garrison it. I'm gonna go for balanced. So what we're gonna leave there is some of the crossbowmen, I think, or maybe some of the weaker. No, crossbowmen. Crossbowmen are the least useful. And then I'm gonna march directly towards Stony Heart and make sure that I take that. We're gonna take this, and we're gonna move around some troops here. Move them up to Hayford. And we're gonna castle hop around to get our troops there. And then the catapults. And these two cavalry units. Know how useful these are. It might be better to just disband them because the upkeep is quite high on them. And instead I could have good or better infantry, or just more useful infantry, I should say. Do I have any more of those? Because they're not, then they haven't been very useful compared with knights. Let's see, what do the mounted knights take in upkeep? They, I don't know, at full strength about 400, I imagine. So they're a lot better. I've moved, and so we need to strike here. And we need to send a message to the Lannisters. And let's go ahead and attack and take this castle. Could go ahead and do a night attack, but there's no point since there's only one unit there. Right. Start deployment. Gonna move the catapult up, and we're gonna open up the gate. And we're gonna have the troops behind, ready to march up, and there we go. Open the gate for me. And once the gate is open, I imagine these guys will retreat back into the center of the castle. And everything should be just fine. And we should be able to move through the gate without suffering too much damage. And it's about to break. Boom! To make sure that we don't get burned, I could go ahead and continue fire here on the wall, just to break this down, because I think this will, as I recall, I think this will stop the oil from coming down upon our heads, because I think the oil might still, you know, pour down even if there's no troops besides to sort of garrison the town. But after this, I'm gonna have to send a message. Well, I think if I don't send the message, he might go in and take whatever it's called, Stony Heart. But if I send a message saying I don't want him to interfere with my lawful claim of Stony Heart, I think because he has less men, he will back off and he will let me take it. And then yeah, we'll see what happens. 83%, 88. This might be completely unnecessary, but 93, 98. Few more, and boom, there we go. Right, now we're gonna send everyone through. And should be just fine to move through. I think we'll have the mercenary sellswords go ahead and do most of the fighting here, and I bet they will do quite short work of the enemy since they're pretty good. Let's go ahead and see if my soldiers are burned. It would only be the archers then, because they move in first. The Lord is with us today. The archers will move directly over here. Then we'll have the cell swords over here. And then they will be backed up by the spearmen. And then the general can move over to this side to see as the carnage starts. The troops march into position. Given that we're at so close range, I think we can afford to use fire arrows. They reduce the accuracy, but at this range it should not affect the men at all, should it? Or more or less. Right, open fire. Oh, they move to attack, do they? Cell swords attack! And the general will attack as well. The archers fall back. I'm gonna disable skirmish mode. Oh, the enemy leaves the ground open. This could go very quickly if I charge in. The enemy are shaken. And we have taken control of the castle. They're wavering. Get those spears in there. They are broken. And we are victorious. Only suffering 3 men lost. 3 men lost. 3 cell swords were killed. And we are victorious. The wooden wall shall hold. Ransom, they reject. Maintain influx of nobility. And we're gonna repair it for 800 dragons. Now this guy is gonna get command of this if I don't move in someone else. Wasn't it so that you, Lord of Yornwood should really have led the attack? You only have 1 place, so why don't we switch you guys so we don't just stack a load of titles on 1 character. The catapult could stay. Even if they go ahead and attack and take that, I should be fine. Let's see, we've moved everything and so on. We're gonna make our way down there. We're moving to intercept this army. I've got 5,000 from influx there. Maybe not so many knights. It's only an army to stop the advance of their army. 3,000, that was pretty expensive though. We're not gonna sacrifice the general, so we're just gonna move the men there to hold the bridge. And he's gonna stay in the castle, and then the rest of the money is gonna be used to raise troops here in the capital in preparation of dealing with this force. And do I have anything more? No, I don't think I do. Yes, we need to move this guy. He needs to be moved to try to make his way to what's left of House Erin. And I moved you. And then it's all about sending a message to Stony Heart. You know what? Clear. Cancel. The king is right over here. So Kedran, King of the Rock. Greetings. Kedran, King of the Rock. Stony Heart. Stony Heart lies is between our borders. Between our borders. No, Stony Heart has fallen to rebels, and rebels by the gardeners. I intend to take that town by right of conquest, and I hope that you no, and you know, let's go. So I intend. Stony Heart has fallen to rebels controlled by the gardeners. I intend to take the town by right of conquest. Since let's do conquest. Since I am at war with them. As it is ordering our two kingdoms, I felt the need to inform you of this. Inform you of this, so you can inform you of this to make sure we both agree on this this action. Let's see. Stony Heart has fallen to the rebels. To rebels controlled by the gardeners. I intend to take the town by right of conquest, since I am at war with them. As it is bordering our two kingdoms, I felt the need to inform you of this, to make sure that we both agree on this action, and that you stay on on your side. So, no mistake. Occur. I don't know how you spell occur. Is it 2 C's? I can't remember. Happen is an easier word to type. There no mistakes happen. Signed, King Storm King Durrandon the 7th. Send. There we go. Hopefully that makes him back off Captain Andrew's army back to Pink Maiden. And then we'll see about gathering up all the forces here and driving towards the ring. Once the ring falls, it opens up the landscape here to a whole host of attacks. But this place is heavily guarded. And this place, he seems to have placed most of his forces here and here. We don't know what's going on here, but seemingly the Martells are just steamrolling this area very quickly and just taking everything. So the things I have to, and it seems as though most of House Gardner is focusing on me instead by placing a lot of troops here. And having this doing quite a interesting attack towards my capital, and then, you know, protecting his realm by staying here on this side of the river, of course. Anyways, I don't think I have any more moves, so let's go ahead and end the turn, save. Gardner, and then we just change that to 28. And then, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!